Hey, good morning, GreenKey family. It's John. We are on site for our install for today, and it's not even going to be completed today. It's a pretty big job. So I'll give you a little bit of background. We got a call from a customer a couple weeks ago. They just wanted a wall connector installed on the side of their house. And you can see here, we were just going to install it somewhere around the meter there. They have a very large home, about 4,000 square feet, and for some reason they only gave them 200 amp service. So when we went and looked at the panel, this is what we found. We are basically not only out of space, but we're out of capacity. They have a pool, very large house, so really can't use this. We're going to have to upgrade their service. So we started looking into the service upgrade and found this. So this is their concrete driveway. And there's no way to get to this spot right here where the meter is without at least taking out some concrete. And the wire is actually coming from way over in that direction. So it would have been a lot of concrete. So we had to look for another option. So what we did is we went ahead and planned to put the new meter base on the other side of the house where there's plenty of space. There's really nothing there. And then we're going to run 4-aught SER from the main breaker disconnects that we're going to put beside the meter over to that panel and to a new panel that'll be mounted right beside it. So I'm walking around right now so you can see what we're going to be doing. All right. So this is the far side of their house. You can see they have a really good sized crawl space. So that won't be bad. You can see we have all of our stuff. We've got our 400 amp meter base right here. We've got one of the two main breaker disconnects, 4-aught SER that's going to run through the crawl space. We've got ground wire, ground rods, and a lot of other stuff. So what we're going to do is mount it right here on the wall and run through the crawl space. The issue that we had, I had to send Chase to the store because you can see right here this band. In order to get the meter center at 4'6", we'd be up into the band, and we have a choice. We could either cut the band out around the meter base and caulk, or we can actually bring the bottom out with unistrut. So that's what we decided to do, is to run a piece of unistrut along the bottom so that it'll mount flush, and then we'll have to have unistrut underneath of our disconnects as well to bring them out. So that's what we're doing today. I'll set the camera up so you can watch us, and when we get through with this part of it, we'll show you what it looks like. See you soon. Hey everybody, so we are about halfway through the day and completely forgot to cut the camera back on, so don't have a whole lot of footage for you, but I wanted to show you where we're at with everything. So we've got our meter base on the wall, we've got our 2 main breaker disconnects on the wall. You can see we've got our 4-aught SER. SER has 4 wires, and one of them's a ground, 1 neutral, and 2 hot. And it's run through the crawl space. We're going to go ahead and wire all this up. We're going to drive 2 ground rods, and then we are going to call in for the inspection, and we will get that done, and then Dominion will come and trench from about where our van is right down through here, bring in new wire, and then they'll have a day where we do a disconnect reconnect, and at that point we'll go ahead and wire the new panel, the existing panel, and get everything done on the other end. So that's an entire another day. But right now I'm going to get Chase to show you the crawl space real quick where we ran our 2 runs of SER.
All right, on to the fun part of the job.
All right, so as you guys can see here, this is a pretty luxurious sized crawl space. I am 6'2" and can almost stand up, at least can crouch, but just want to give you guys a little glimpse of what we've got going on here. So this is where our meter base is on the exterior wall, and you can see our 2 pieces of 4-aught coming through here, our SER, and these have got to be strapped every 36 inches. So we've got a strap on every other joist cavity, and we come out the wall. I'm gonna go on down. This is a pretty long run. We had gotten 2 80-foot cuts just to be safe. I think we ended up falling somewhere closer to the 70-foot range for our run here, but we'll take you all the way back. All right, so it's a little hard to see, but where this group of wires is going up through the floor on this far left corner of the crawl space, that is where the customer's existing panel is in his garage. We are upgrading him to 400 amps of service, hence the reason we've got 2 pulls of SER. So he's going to have 2 panels in his garage rather than 1 now, and we'll be going through somewhere right in that cavity, then up into the bottom of the panel. You can see I've got everything coiled up here, just in preparation for such. We're not going to get into doing that today, but we'll go ahead and get everything roughed in, and be prepared for Dominion to come do the disconnect reconnect.